Today, I want to talk to you about something crucial for your SMP business, where you get your tools. It's not just about having the right tools, it's about getting them from a source you can trust. And that's why I recommend Palms Fashion. Palms Fashion has been serving professionals since 1991 right here in the heart of New York City. As a family-run business, they've built a reputation for providing new and authentic products to licensed professionals around the world. And now, they're taking it a step further by offering scalp micropigmentation supplies so you can get everything you need in one place. They're an official distributor of the biggest names in the industry: Andis, Wall, Babyliss, Stylecraft, Ink You Care, and more. These are the brands we trust to deliver flawless results, and Palms Fashions ensures you're getting genuine products with full warranties, plus SMP supplies you need to keep your business running smoothly. Your tools and supplies are an investment in your craft and your success as an SMP artist. So don't just buy from anywhere. Trust the experts at Palms Fashion. Whether you're in New York City or shopping online at palmsfashioninc.com, they've got everything you need to take your business to the next level. Remember, trust the best. Trust Palms Fashion. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Scalp Solutions Podcast. I'm your host, David Santiago, and today I'm excited to welcome Ronnie to the podcast. Ronnie is an internationally recognized SMP artist known for his passion for restoring confidence through personalized and natural-looking results. At his MHP Studio, he combines precision, expertise, and innovative techniques to create transformative treatments that go beyond aesthetics, helping clients regain their self-esteem. In addition to his hands-on work, Ronnie is dedicated to training and mentoring the next generation of SMP artists, setting new standards in the industry. And today, we're going to go in on some things. Ronnie's got a lot of things that he's got to get off his chest. And this is what initiated this interview, aside from him being a phenomenal SMP artist. So without further ado, let's now welcome Ronnie onto the podcast.
Okay, good night, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ronnie Veronese. I'm owner of MHP Studio. I'm based in the Netherlands, in Utrecht. It's in the center of the Netherlands. It's like 20 minutes from the capital, Amsterdam. You all know Amsterdam for all the good stuff. So anyway, I started my journey in 2019 by as a joke with a friend of mine, and we went for our own SMP, but he said to me, "Why don't you take a course so you can do it at me?" So it happened like a joke, and in the first year I did all my friends from the gym and my family, so they were my first victims. You know how it goes. If you start doing something new, you have to do it a lot of times before getting good at it. So this is how everything started, and what was a joke became a hobby. From hobby we went to passion, and now it's like obsession. So 24/7 SMP.
Yeah, listen, brother, I appreciate you. I wish all my guests could be like you. I didn't even have to ask you the first question, and you already went on. And
I make it easy for you.
You're making it easy for me already, man. I appreciate that. So you know what? Now that we got the, pretty much how your journey essentially started, let's get more into you now as an artist, Ronnie, because I want to talk about how you approach creating, your natural looking results for each client. Like, what is your process like?
Okay, first of all, I don't do the treatment for everyone. So if you're gonna make an appointment with me, I wanna see who I'm dealing with. Or you come in my studio and then we talk face to face. Or if the client is abroad, we can make a video call. So I wanna see who I'm dealing with. I wanna see if we have a good flow. And I'm gonna, I make the clients clear that in my studio I'm in charge. I decide what happens. If you don't like that, you can go somewhere else, because I know how SMP is going to heal in the long term. So if you come to me and say, "Hey, I want a super saturated look, I want it dark, I want it straight," and I think it's not good for your face, I'm not gonna do it. It's not about money, but it's more about like your reputation. So this is my approach, and I took training from the most leading artists in the industry. And I always had some artists that I said, okay, this is my goal, and I want to come to that level, and if I can, I want to surpass them also. It's just like a game. And after my last training in Italy, I was like, well, let's see how good am I. What can I create if I'm not gonna look at the time I need to create it? Just like how do you say? When they build a luxury car, it's
Yeah.
gonna take a long time before it's gonna get off the production.
Right.
And this is how my approach. I choose to give the SMP that is look like real hair is undetectable, but not for the client, for the artist. Because the client, they don't see it, but we as artists, we can see an SMP from far away. So I want to create it. Yeah, I want to create something that even if you're gonna come to meeting of minds, that the artist has to look, is this SMP or is this real hair? This
Right.
is my vision. This is
Right.
how I want to do it.
Got it. So this wasn't a question. This wasn't an initial question for you, but I'm just gonna go off just a little side question off what you said. You said you wanted to be better than your mentor. Are you there yet, or are you almost there?
Should I tell you something? Now that some people are choosing between me and him, and then they choose for me, I can tell you one thing: they put so much pressure on me, because
Yeah, bad.
I was like, damn, and that's the result. That's the quality I want. I want to be able to deliver, And now that I'm reached this level, that people say, no, I want to come to you. It's between you and him, but I choose for you. You can understand the pressure they put on me,
Oh
because
yeah,
they have
absolutely.
they have this super high expectations, and I tell the clients, I can give you that, but you have to give me time. I can't rush it. I'm not very fast. And I think, if you can do it fast, that's good for you. But I'm not fast, but I can deliver quality.
You like to take your time and deliver quality. Outstanding. So you view, right, from your bio, you view SMP as a transformative art form, which essentially it is. But can you share a specific client experience where SMP made such a significant impact on their confidence that they expressed that to you?
For everyone. Well, one was a very special treatment. The lady with the alopecia, the super beautiful lady with the beautiful face.
Yeah, man. Phenomenal results,
So
dude.
when she came in my studio, so she sent me a text message. Do you also do treatment for women? So I don't do the treatments between the hair, so I don't like. So I was like, well, can you send me photos? No, I want to come to your studio, so I want to talk face to face. At the moment I saw her, I was like, bingo.
Yeah,
I
you
see.
knew.
I saw the potential. Like, okay, and then we were talking and everything. So she told me, listen, how much is gonna cost? So I say, for you, nothing. Because I see you as like how
Perfect
it's a
billboard.
very special treatment, and now I decided for if a woman with alopecia, then they don't need to pay me. I will do it always free of charge. So I don't have a lot of room, but I will do it always. So if there is a woman who alopecia or kids or whatever, they're always welcome. They can come. It's
That's
like
outstanding.
that's my way of marketing. It's between me and God.
That's awesome, man. That's very noble of you, man.
Yeah. So that's
Listen,
my.
don't come to New York with that offer though, okay? You're gonna steal our clients.
I'm gonna make it hard,
Oh man. All right, brother. What are your views? And I want to this is slowly navigating into a topic that was recently brought up into one of the Facebook groups by you.
Yes.
And
Yes.
you are very passionate about it. We spoke offline about it. So I want to kind of get into that. So the first question being, what are your views on posting photos of clients immediately after their SMP session versus waiting for healed results? And how is it that you balance the need for marketing with showing realistic outcomes?
Okay. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you straight away. There is a group. There is a big group. There are like 7,000 people on this forum. It's on Reddit. It's called SMP Chat, and this is a forum only for clients. There are some artists, but most of the time are clients. On Reddit, people, they have like this anonymous names, so you know, they just say in your face what they want to say. And all the people are screaming for healed results. They say, we want to see healed results in natural lighting, not special lighting. You put the light like their ring lights. We want to see how SMP looks once it heals and in natural lighting. And that make me think a lot because, to be honest, you know, when I was new in the industry, I saw all this crazy results on social media, and I was like, wow, wow. And but at the moment I'm gonna start hang out with these big names in the industry, and I see the work real life. I say, hey, listen, this is not the same that I'm seeing on social media, you know. So if you're coming to me and you trust me, you know, your appearance, your face is your appearance, you know. I think that you as a client have the right to know how your SMP is gonna look once it heals. Okay, so you know, to be honest, I started to take a photographic course. So I have one time in a month, there come a professional photographer. He comes to my studio, and I made a very huge investment in camera, lighting, and everything. So it cost me a lot, but you know, the photos that I'm producing now are like next
Oh
level.
yeah, yeah,
You
amazing.
know, and I show the client like, this is what I can do for you once it's healed. So every client that come into my studio, you know, I talk to everyone and I say, listen, if you live in an X-ray radius of 80 kilometers, 6 months post treatment, you have to come back. I want to take photos. Are you agreeing with this? And they always say yes, because they know, they see the effort that I'm putting into it. So I say, because I want to show the clients real results, you know, so the client can base his choice on that. Even the guy with the 3 scars, he's one of my best work, you know. Even now, I show you the healed results. You know, I did it with with the new pigments, and in some lightnings you see a little bit of a purple, and in some lightings you don't see it. But hey, listen, this is the reality. Okay, I prefer to sell like real time results, so you can make a very informed decision. Do I want to get the treatment for Ronnie? Do I want to go to Santiago? Do I want to go to whoever? But please show how it's gonna look once it heals. You know, that's it.
Yeah, so I know when I was paying, I was looking at it, and even me, like I post results immediately after, but I also do have a lot that I have them come back and I take a professional photo of them. Some of them I have hanging as posters here, and these are guys 6 months after, 1 year after, professional photos that I use for marketing. And I know for myself, it's not very easy to do. It's something that you got to really persuade them to do that, because some of these guys, they just want really good results, but they don't want to be essentially your billboard. So I know my strategy for getting them to come back. My question to you is, can you share with us, with the rest of the SMP community, what are some tips or some strategies that you're using to encourage your clients to come back so that you can take photos? Like, are you giving them a discount or a free session? Like, what?
Well, to be honest, I'm very hard with this. If a client don't want to make photos, I don't do the treatment. It's very simple, you know. So I say that to them. Listen, I'm going all out for you, but if you don't want to make photos or whatever, why should I put all my effort and energy into your outcome? Because even if I'm gonna give you 50% of my capability, you're not gonna see the difference. You know, the client, you know, they don't see like the super good results and less. But I talk to the client. I will give you 1,000%. I will do the best of the best. You know, I take my time, but you have to be prepared for photos, and I'm gonna give you a beautiful portrait photo, something you never had before. And this is with my training, with my photographic training. I can capture the right moment. And it's very funny. I see like big artists trying to copy the way I doing the photos, because I take the photos exact in one moment. I did modeling working when I was younger, so I know how to look in the camera. I know how to positioning your teeth,
So you
your tongue. So I know exactly how I can take the photo. And now with the training, this combined together with all my equipment, I can create like this perfect after photo. And if you have the perfect photo, you can also sell very good, because people is gonna look at your portfolio and say, hey, this guy's professional, photos are good, videos are good. So why not? Let's go to him.
Yeah, one of those that you said, one of those strategies I use myself too. I tell them, I'm like, listen, not only am I going to make you look and feel good, but I'm going to give you a professional photo, and I'm even going to print it out for you. I'll make it the same poster size that I'm going to be putting here on the wall. I'll give that to you. And most of them are like, for real? Like I've never had a professional photo shoot. So what I do is I bring them to the other side of my suit, because I have a whole suite, but is split in half. So half is where I do all my SMP. The other half is all my media stuff, like where I'm at here. So I bring them into the media area, and they see all the professional stuff. So they're like, oh, I'm gonna get a professional photo shoot for free with this. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna take care of you. And they're like, brother, I'll be in. So, I put it in, I always put it in the contract too.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
if you
yeah.
guys are listening, if you guys are going to take this route with your clients, and you're going to tell them that part of their SMP procedure is to give you some photos, you definitely want to put that in your consent form too, because that just makes them like legit come back, because they kind of get a little scared. It's almost like a binding contract with them. I mean, you don't want to put pressure on them like that, but just them initialing on that they're going to come back to give you professional photos is just going to incentivize or entice them even more to come and not mess with your time. I appreciate you sharing some of those tips, Ronnie. But now, what advice would you give other SMP artists on the importance of showing healed results? Because it's obviously worked for you, right? Because you don't want to just use these photos. You don't want to solely work off of your immediate SMP results for your portfolio, right? So,
Mhm.
what advice? Why should we be using healed photos?
Okay, listen. Let's play open cards. Every SMP artist knows that creating healed results, beautiful heat results, is very difficult. Let's be honest with each other.
Absolutely.
It takes a lot of effort to make it healed good. We are not working on paper. We're working on a living organism. You can be the best artist in the world. It doesn't matter if you don't understand your materials, if you don't understand the skin, and if you don't respect them, the healed results is not gonna look good. You're gonna get an SMP that is gonna heal like any other medium low quality SMP, an SMP that you can see from 30 meters away. You coming, okay, this guy has SMP, this guy has SMP. If you want to create something that is gonna look good in the long run, then you have to put a lot of effort into it. You have to understand what you're doing. Okay, that's it. And to make a good informed choice, so the client can base his choice on, I want to get the treatment from that artist. He has to look at the healed results, minimum 6 months. Okay, after 6 months, everything is settled down. You can see if there is some mistakes, you can see them. Okay, and that's
Right.
very important. That's why I think healed result is very important. And now I'm pushing this harder and harder and harder. And the photographic course that I took also made me realize that there is a very simple trick that nobody can deny, that all the information is already in your phone. At the moment you take a raw photo, you can't manipulate the photo. Understand? If the client asks you if, for example, the client sees one of your work, and I say, listen, send me the raw material. I put my card in my computer, and I have to send him through OneDrive. I can't manipulate it before and then send it to him. At the moment that you receive the photo and you swipe, I don't know, in iPhone, when you have photos, you swipe up, you can
Yes.
see all the information.
Yes.
What camera you used, what lens you used, how late you take the photo, how much MBs, is it raw? So a raw photo, this is, what you see is what you get.
Yes.
So that's
It's called a
that's
digital
very important.
footprint.
Yeah, that's important. So you got also the logo, the watermark logo. This is something that you can't fool it. So maybe some really good technician, but it's gonna become much harder. Okay. So, and that's, I want to sell honesty. That's very important. And listen, there is one more thing. Everyone has done like some photoshopping in this industry. I did it, you did it, everyone at one point did it. But when you start becoming better and better and better, you see that you don't need to do it anymore. So because you can settle down and say, okay, this is the result. I do my Photoshop, I have my clients, I put my dots, and the client goes and I have a new client. But some people, if you are very dedicated, you can't settle down with that result. You want to become better and better and better. And you get to a certain point that you don't need to Photoshop anymore. So you can like put like, this is the real result. This is what I can offer you. If you come to my studio, this is what I'm going to make for you. That's very important.
Absolutely. And I want to give everybody listening a little bit of context. Ronnie, you're very passionate about this because you yourself have received SMP, right? And I'm assuming, and this is just, correct me if I'm wrong, you went off of some photos that may have misrepresented what it actually looked like, and this is what helped you choose, hey, this is, I want to do my SMP with this person. I know you've gone to a couple of artists to try to get your stuff fixed, but subsequently you received botched work. Now, is that what drives your passion for really like calling out,
I
people?
can't listen. I can't call it a botched work. So I'm not gonna call it a botched work, but
Okay.
I'm gonna call it a work that not suits my face. Okay.
Okay,
So
understand.
it's too saturated. If you are an SMP artist, you have to be a good artist. You have to understand what I say, the skin and materials, but you need style. You need style. If a client come to me and I look at his face, I say, okay, this is the hairline. This is how much I can saturate it. You need that touch. I'm Italian, so we see that, we feel that. So if now my SMP is so hard, and my face, it looks older. Instead of looking younger, it gives me like this harsh appearance. My beard is start to become gray, so my SMP is a little bit blue gray, and it may, yeah, I look 10 years older, so I have to remove it. But it's not botched. So just to be straight,
It's not to your liking, but I guess
I'm I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
understand. So, and I guess, but is that what kind of fuels your passion for wanting to, for artists to show healed results opposed to immediate results? Because we all know, right, as S&P artists, what can happen, even if someone gets a botched job, right? Sometimes you could immediately see it, right? And go, holy shit, that's dark, that's bad. But there are times that it could appear a little saturated, but it's yet to have the time for it to uh I was gonna say not metabolize, but
Settle down.
to settle down and migrate. It hasn't had that time yet. So now you look at that same procedure a couple of weeks later, and now it's botched. So like we all know that in fact can happen because we've heard several other clients now, S&P artists have said, well, yeah, it looked good, the first 2 weeks. Now it looks like shit. So I guess what I'm asking is that essentially what happened to you when you initially got the SMP? Did you feel like, wow, this looks good, and then throughout the time as it settled, it
Yes.
began getting more and more saturated?
Yes, yes, it was. It was when I came home and my mom saw me. She started to laugh. She said, "You look like a Taliban warrior." I had like this very long black beard and this black hat. So what did you do, man? You look. So and my wife also said, "What did you do? It's too dark." And I was looking in the mirror and I said, "Shit, my face like changed, my appearance changed. I
Okay,
I
post
know I have like this soft appearance. I take care of my appearance. I have the soft appearance." And I get this harsh, hard appearance. I say, fuck, I don't like it. And when clients come in, and they see it so dark, and they say, oh, I had the client. He came in from Sweden, and this guy, this guy is loaded. He had a lot of money, and he was like, listen, I don't care how much I have to pay, and it was me or Mark Allen. He said, or Mark Allen or you, and he put a lot of pressure on me. At the moment that he saw my head, I said, no, I don't want to do it anymore. So I had to talk almost 1 hour to convince him that it's not gonna become like this, you know. So that's, you know, it's work, and you know, well, anyway, things happen. You know, in SMP is very difficult. Let's be honest, this is very difficult work to create.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's people think it's only placing dots, but then let them try. You know, let them try, because you know it's very difficult. Things can go wrong. We are all humans. People that like surgeons, they also make mistakes. So we don't make mistakes. We make mistakes. It's normal. It's part of the life. But if you're gonna make a mistake, just try next time. Don't do it anymore. You know, don't do it anymore, because the first time in 2018 they botched me for the first time. So this guy is the only one in the world that he gonna give you a lifetime warranty. So what is the he worked with the 1RL and he put the pigments a little bit deeper. 6 months later I had like all this blue stain, so I had to laser everything off. Then Ivan from Ivan Alvarado, he
Ivan
touched me up.
Alvarado. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so he fixed it for me. It looks good. It looked good, you know, but he did only one session. So I needed just a little bit more. So this other artist, he said, yo, can you do it, but not too much. So when I came out of the chair and I saw this feel, shit, this is a little bit too much. But I hoped that this is gonna settle down. But anyway, you know,
Yeah,
no hard feelings. I always say to my client, if you want choosing an SMP artist is the same as choosing a tattoo artist, right?
yeah.
If you want Yakuza style, if you want tribal, if you want butterflies, if you want fine line, you have to look for the artist that is gonna give you what
Yeah.
you need. So as an artist, what I'm doing, I have my own style, and I'm developing this style. I'm developing because I know in what I'm strong. The client that wants your style, he will find you and he will pay whatever you want. I can charge people whatever I want. They pay me, you know? So because they say, but give me the good results. Okay, no problem. Understand?
I feel like, and it's unfortunate, but I feel like a lot of the SMP artists that have underwent or have had a bad experience with SMP and then became artists are some of the best SMP artists, because we've experienced what it feels like to be on the other end, and
Yes.
we know that we definitely don't want anybody else to ever talk about us, the way that
I
we
know.
did,
I know.
or to feel like that. And it's interesting because it's like how it goes full circle, because I remember when I was in Texas, Ivan had me like fix up some of his stuff, because he too went through like a really bad experience with like SMP. And
Yeah.
then to hear that, he was trying to help you. I was like, we're all trying to help each other out, to fix and balance our
Yeah.
SMP.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, I respect everyone. You know, I don't have problem with anyone. But I feel that this industry is, I don't know, man. People have to come put their feet on the ground, because what we are doing, we're making dots on bald heads. You know, of course, for us it's way much more than dots, because we are changing people's appearance. But there is a little bit. I feel so too much hate. I don't understand. Before we had like some people in the industry, they
It
fight
was a little
and
bit of haters.
they
It was
do
a
like
little bit of
this.
haters. I got a lot of
Okay, but
haters.
it's why, it's, but one thing is for sure. If I get in my studio clients that have been botched, I don't touch them anymore. There was a time that I tried to fix it, but
Yeah.
now I know I don't want to touch nobody else's work. If you are botched, you're gonna get a diagnose. You can go to the guy who did it. You have to resolve it with him. When your scalp is free of pigment, you can come back and then we can talk about it. But I'm not gonna try to put a shit mess of pigment over another shit mess, because when it's gonna heal in a bigger shit mess. So don't. It's not a cool thing to do. Don't think only about the money. Think also at the appearance of the person.
Yeah, absolutely. Ronnie, what is it that you're doing to keep your skills sharp and learn and stay ahead of all the new techniques and the trends that are going on in the industry?
Well, at this moment, I have, how do you say? I took training, my first training in the Netherlands. That was my training where I learned how not to do SMP. So Then I took training from Creative Sculpts. I took training from Ivan. I took two trainings from Stevie G, and I took my training from Tony. And Tony provided me like a very important missing piece of my puzzle. After his training, I gotta say until now he's one of the best trainers I had, and he gave me the thing that I needed. And after I came back, I was like, boom, my results were like super good, because what I'm actually doing, I'm combining all the techniques together. I take what I think is good, and of course also my own input. So I fuse everything together with the material. So I'm not married to any brand. I use everything. I use the 2RL, I use the 3RL, I use all the pigments available. I just see when I'm working, I see what I need to do this crazy work, that is gonna look like super real. And people, they come to me, they don't realize it in the first moment, but after I work, then they realize they are not my clients. They are not any more clients. They are like my next art project. And once they realize it, they say, bro, you're crazy, man. The time and the effort you're putting to create these crazy results, they appreciate it very much. Yeah. And once it's finished, and they walking like outside, and then they see some botch work, because when you have SMP, then you start recognize it from other people.
Everybody, you see everybody's.
Yeah, and they see, oh my God, man. They send me like this message. Hey, bro, I'm so happy you did it for me, because I saw some blue heads today and blah, blah, blah. And mine is like super undetectable. You can't see it. Nobody sees it. Not even the barber can see it, The barber is shaving, and it's like, why is your head is not coming off, Because it looks so real. And that's what gives me the motivation and the power to continue to develop. Even now, my new skills, I'm perfectionating them. Of course, if you work always outside of your comfort zone, this is what I do. I never work in my comfort zone. And sometimes, of course, you make small mistakes. It's normal, but don't make too big mistakes, please. No, the last 3 mistakes that I make, when I was like 1 year ago, when I had like Stevie G pigment, I was like, oh damn, this is the game change. So my 3 friends, so I fucked them up, and I need to do all the lasers. So damn, we are laughing about it, because now I fixed everything. It happened because it's something new. But now that I can control the pigment much better, and I see the results are like they give it just a little bit extra, But you have to don't be scared to mix. Try his pigment with the normal pigment, combine it together. Let's see what happens. Write everything down, put it in your database. When the client is coming back for healed result, if it looks better than your previous work, what did I do at that time? Okay, this is a good formula. Let's try. Let's put it in the column of good, bad, and then you get, this is no good, this is good.
That's a great strategy. Great strategy. I actually, on my consent forms, I do that. Actually, guys, if you're listening to this and you want a copy of my consent form, after I let you know, hit me up. First, leave a comment under. Let us know what so far has been the most valuable thing that you've heard from Ronnie. We still got some more questions for him, but just let us know down below, and then just send me a shout, and I'll send you my consent form, because that's actually what I have on mine. Because we know we're changing things between the first, second, and the third session. And I know I talk to a lot of SMP artists, especially new artists, offline. They're always asking, how do you manage, the changes? And just like, what Ronnie says, he's got lists. He's got, this worked for me, this didn't work for me. So now you know how to execute, for your next session or for your next client. Definitely something that every artist should have. You should not ever just be winging it. Or the client comes in and you decide, all right, I'm going to use this dilution. And then they come for the second session. You just look at them and you don't make any notes. Like, how did this heal? Is the balancing good? X, Y, Z. Like, you should always document everything. I think even some of the best SMP artists are actually they do something, maybe not as intense, but for the most part, document what they done on the artist prior, the prior sessions. So good. That was a good intel on that, Ronnie. Let me ask you, because I know you said that you take your time when you're doing SMP, that you're not fast. And that's great. I feel like there's such a big misrepresentation of that because you see a lot of these SMP artists, they're posting these videos and they're going like really, really fast. Some of them are good. And you can tell that they're good because you see the needle coming in all the way out and then going into the next impression. But some of them, it looks like they're doing, it's like they got a paintbrush and they just slapping shit on top of the head. How is it how do you feel like when you see these videos that they're trying to do it like for a trend? Because you said that you work slow, and the way I interpret slow is that you're taking your time because you want to make sure that each and every one of those impressions stick.
Listen, you say they're good. I say I can only tell you one thing. I only believe what I see with my own eyes. That's it. First, I want to see things with my own eyes before I'm gonna give you a very good example. You know, there is a new trend, the 1 day session. Okay, you know the 1 day session. Listen, I can't judge it because I didn't see it live in real time. I have my opinion, okay, but I'm gonna keep it to myself because I first have to see it. If I see guys to go really fast, and I have to see the result. That's it. First, let me see your result, healed, and then I can evaluate that. If it's good, it's good. If it's not good, hey, listen, social media. It's listen.
Social media got people going crazy.
That's why I'm coming with this crazy idea with the raw photos, and I'm gonna put a video together, and I'm gonna put it out for the clients that there is no more cheating. No more cheating. It's over. After this, there is no more cheating.
So you're working on something now, then, Ronnie, right? You're what is it? It's like an app or something. So essentially, you're working on.
It's not an app because I am not super like in the computer freak. But it's something in simple terms. I'm gonna show the client how to make an informed decision and how to spot Photoshop, because I can see when something is Photoshop immediately. Okay, so with this video, I'm gonna put it in simple terms so the client understands what's the difference between Photoshop and healed, and how he can recognize it with proof and evidence, everything. So it's proof, it's waterproof, so you can see, and then you say, okay, I'm gonna make an informed decision. And you're asking me like, if I see someone like working really fast and botching people, you want to know something? I unfollowed. I unfollow and block everyone that I don't like. Very simple. If I don't like you, I'm gonna block you, or I'm not gonna follow you. Because if you don't like someone but you're following, you're looking what he's doing, it's a sign of mental issues. Because why should you watch some other people working? Hey, listen.
Understandable, brother.
The world is round. Karma is big. If you botching people, sooner or later you're not gonna have any more clients. And the clients that you botch, they're gonna come back to you. So you're gonna have problems anyway. If you do it with passion, you work with your heart, you want to make like this super good results. First of all, you're gonna build up something that's way beyond money, because you're gonna build up a good reputation and a good name. Nobody's gonna remember how much money you made and how many clients you made. Some people are gonna remember your results. This is crazy results, and the guy is honest. He's not only chasing the money. So that's I want to create like this clean environment, because I want to teach my son to do it. So I paved the way for him. If he's gonna come into my studio, it's a clean environment. People, I have already built a name, so he can work and he don't have to worry about the future. Because if you have like this very good name, very good result, you can work all over the world. It's my ticket way out of the matrix. The results that I'm putting out there. That's how I see it.
The Matrix. Man said the Matrix. You listen to Andrew Tate?
I know. To be honest, not. To be honest, not. But if you have like a special skill, you can go wherever.
Absolutely. So you speak about teaching this to your son. You're also involved in training and mentoring. What are some key lessons that you emphasize when you're teaching new SMP students?
Okay, listen. If an SMP artist is they don't have any experience, don't go too advanced. just keep it basic, because they need to create safe results. For the first year, they just have to know how to create safe results, safe, and that it heals in an acceptable way. Understand what I mean? But I did it also in my first trainings. I went too advanced. I wanted to tell them immediately everything, difficult techniques. They botched all the models. I had to fix up everything. So I said, okay, listen, Ronnie, calm down. Just go slowly. So when I have like advanced students, of course, I'm gonna tell them everything. And if I have like new students, I take it slow. I just want to say one thing. That's a very important thing. Listen very carefully what I'm saying. SMP is not for everyone. Okay. I had a veteran. He did it SMP for 10 years. I only do it for 5 years. He came into my studio to take a training with me, a 2-day training. You know what he told me? I showed him my healed results, my clients. He said, your results are crazy good. I never seen something like this. But you know what he told me? Your technique is too slow. I can't work like this. That means something. Huh? That means that SMP, you have artists that do it for the money, and you have artists that do it for
Passion.
results and passion. This guy, he's a cool guy. But if you're gonna tell me you're working too slow and then you go home and you just go on with your own techniques, that means that you don't give a shit. You don't give a shit about your clients.
That's
Sorry
very
to say so, but it's the reality.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that's what we're coming to, and which was kind of why I even like why I asked you the question about them doing it fast, because I get so many of the new guys that are like, oh, I can't get that speed. I try to pick up that speed, and I'm ruining the clients. And it's like, yeah, you shouldn't go that fast anyway. And if at some point, right, just like anything, right, with repetition, right, you pick up you develop, some speed. And I'll bring Tony back, for example, right? Tony doesn't work like incredibly fast, but he's not slow. And just like you, when I went to Italy to take my training, when he was the last training I did, after that, I was like, I don't need anything else, man. Like, this guy gave me everything that I needed, because I was always under the impression, for some reason, before I went to Tony, was, speed, right? You're thinking it's business. You're thinking about this wheel, right? You gotta keep it going, right? The faster you get the client out, the more you can get, them coming back. And what I started noticing for myself, they were coming back. They weren't botched, but my sessions were inconsistent, So there was like light, dark, light, dark. So it was like, you know what? I'm not focusing on giving the same depth over and over and over. I'm focusing on going really fast, getting them out of the way, because now I'm doing 3 clients for the day, which I will never do ever again. Do 3 clients. I'll do max 2, depending on what it is. If it's a Norwood 7, I'm doing 2. If it's just hairlines, then I would, I'll do 3.
Yes. I understand. I do only one treatment a day. One.
Yeah.
And you know what?
I'm almost about to do that myself, brother. I can't. The more and more that I begin to really embrace and care about the future of this industry, I'm starting to think that, and I had this conversation with this last podcast that is out now with Kat. He said the same thing. He was like, I do 1 a day. I take my sweet time, but I don't ever got to worry about them coming back. And I know I'm giving them the best results that are out there.
Yeah, bro. You know something? There are also some other podcasts that with a doctor. He's a hair implant doctor. Actually, he's a lawyer. All the people, they get hair implants. He make lawsuits and everything. And we have a bad reputation all around the world with a lot of people. I find out when the first time I started to hang out with leaders, with the gang, Picasso and everyone. We went to all these shows, and then I start. Yeah, we are SMP artists. And your results look like shit once it heals. Like this, they tell you straight to your face. So if we want this industry to grow and not to go bankrupt, we have to put like these crazy results. We have to warn people. And I think every SMP artist that's out there and is listening, we have to do the best results possible. It's for your own future, for the future of your clients, and for the future of your business. If you see it at the long run, at the short run, you're gonna go fast. But hey, if you have this crazy result, you can charge double of what you're charging now. People is gonna pay it, and
It's not
you know,
many
like I
people do it.
like I said, you know, I respect everyone. Everyone is entitled to do whatever they want because the SMP industry is it's open for everyone. You can take 1 day course and you can just butchering people. That's how it works. You know, let's be honest. People take 3 days, 1 day, 2 days. My first training was 1 day. I came in, they $500. I didn't know because I didn't know the name was SMP. In Netherlands, they call it MHP, micro hair pigmentation. That's why I called my studio MHP. You know, I didn't know better on that time. So anyway, people that are listening and maybe other artists, and they think, why is Ronnie so driven and so passionate? Why, you know, people, they see I improve almost every day. They see my result. They're going up in a line like this. And I don't have the pressure that I have to pay my bills with SMP. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
I am in a very luxury position that we have, me and my wife, we work together, you know, and we have like multiple businesses. And I am very lucky that also the places where I'm at is a house. This place where I'm talking for you, ground floor is a studio, upstairs is the house. Upstairs, my son is living upstairs.
Okay.
So you know, I don't have this pressure. I need to pay my rent. I need to pay my employees. I need to pay whatever. So, you know, a guy that is doing this only for passion and the only thing that I care about is the results and not the money, well, try to beat someone like that. Understand what I mean?
Absolutely. Two totally different agendas, and you'll never be able to compare them. But
Yeah.
the outcome of the work is going to be significant because one is doing it for money, the other one is just doing it for the passion and the love.
Yeah.
Ronnie, your experience, what's the biggest mistake that a new SMP artist can make, and how can they avoid it?
Oh, that's a very tough question. Okay. The biggest mistake is to think that SMP is very easy.
Can you say that one more time, Ronnie?
The biggest mistake for every SMP artist, newcomer, that they think that SMP is a piece of cake and it's only placing dots. And I have these problems with PMU artists. PMU artists and tattoo artists, they don't respect us. They think that our work is stupid. And then they're gonna try it out. And the biggest botched work are from PMU artists and tattoo artists. So don't think it's very easy, because if you're gonna botch a tattoo, it's no big deal. If you're gonna botch an eyebrow, it's not a very big deal because it's a very small area to laser. Women can put makeup, but if you're gonna botch up a head of a guy, of a bald guy, the guy is already has already issues. And then you're gonna make these issues even bigger. Hey, listen, my advice, take a good training, practice a lot. Don't make the same mistake that I did, that I didn't do my research. I didn't have social media on that time, but if you have social media, do your research. Don't go cheap. My first year, 6 months to a year, it cost me dearly. All the guys, all my friends that I did for free, I covered all the laser cost. I covered everything. And I had to redone them all over again. So you understand that it cost me a lot of money because I didn't do my research. So, you know, take this very seriously, okay? Don't think that, oh, I'm gonna slap all the pigment on his head, and if it looks bad, then I'm gonna laser it, and then I'm gonna do it all over again, because the laser hurt like hell. It's not good for your skin. People have to understand, when you start lasering, where do you think all the pigment is gonna go? It's not gonna go everything out of your body. You're gonna go, a lot of gonna get stored in your lymphomia. You know, the pigment is gonna get over there. So it's not very healthy to slap too much pigment and then to laser everything off, you know, and then redo it again. Just take it easy, take it very seriously and don't think it's easy. You know, it's like it's hard, and it's no problem because everybody can learn it, but you have to love it. If you don't love it, stop it. Don't do it. Just find something else. You know, everyone is made for a type of a job. If SMP is nothing for you, go find something else, something that suits you better. You know, I think that's a good approach.
Sure. That's great advice, Ronnie. Thank you for that. Before we wrap it up, Ronnie, what are your future goals for MHP Studios, and where do you see the SMP industry heading in the next few years?
The goals of my studio, like I said, I wanna make this this special brand that I create, like custom made SMP tailored to each client. It takes a little bit longer to produce, but the price is also higher. So I prefer doing less clients in a year, but what I'm doing is very good, and I hope that I can motivate other artists to do better. That's why I'm pushing the healed results and not the fake photos, because I see the things that I'm pushing, they get picked up in the SMP industry. It's not, it's I see it, you know, I'm not blind. And it's because some guys, they say, yeah, well, we want to see outside photos. I start to make outside photos, all the guys are gonna follow up, you know. It's because that means that you have an influence, and that's only because I have passion. People know that. I do
You're a
it with my
trendsetter,
heart.
Ronnie. You're a trendsetter,
No,
brother.
it's not. It's I do it with my heart. You know, I really want to make
Sure.
this good results. It's not, but I see it. You know, it's I see it myself. So why not? And the future of SMP, I think it can go two ways. It can go for bad way, because we're getting a lot of new SMP artists, because it's gonna start to get saturated, just like eyebrows. But eventually, all the bad ones will fall off. They will find something else, something that suits them better. And the guys that are really, really, really serious, they will rise. And the price of the bad SMP will go down, and the price of the good SMP will go up. I already predicted this, and it's gonna happen because people, they see, okay, this guy his results are awesome. I want to have something on my head that is undetectable. This is what I'm looking for, so I'm gonna pay the price the guy is asking me for. Okay, and at the end of the day, everyone has to, like I said before, we're all different. We are like 8 billion people, so 8 billion different tastes of how an SMP should look. But focus on what you excel, develop that. Your clients is gonna find you. You know, if you
Sure.
are like a specialist on dark skin, if you are like a specialist of shape ups, if you are a specialist of natural results, if you are a specialist of scars, whatever, find your thing that you excel and develop that. And you know, the clients, eventually you can choose your clients, like I do. I choose my clients. They come on consultation, I talk to them. If I like them, you like me, I like you, then we're gonna start. If you don't like me or I don't like you, red flags clients, you know, then it's over. You can go somewhere else. We can, no problems, no hard feelings, but please find another artist. Okay, that's how I see it.
That's the way it works, brother. That's how it works for you. That's how you got to do it. Ronnie,
Yeah.
let the listeners and the viewers know where they can reach you if they want to connect with you, brother.
So if you want to connect with me for an SMP treatment, or you want to get some of my trainings, you can connect me on Instagram. That's where I'm the most active. My Instagram is MHP Studio Utrecht. And if you're gonna take a training with me, I promise you that you don't feel that you have wasted your money. If you are an experienced artist, I will tell you all of my secrets, because I want you to do better. If I see that your results are gonna get up, it's gonna make me proud, you know. And I hope that you are gonna become as skilled as I am, or even more skilled, because you know, if I can contribute to that, for me it's an honor.
Outstanding. Ronnie, I appreciate you, brother, for taking some time out of your busy day, jumping on the
Thank you
podcast,
very much. Thank you very much for your
dropping some
invitation.
gems, giving us some wisdom. That's going to wrap it up for this episode of the Scalp Solutions Podcast. Until the next time, peace.
Ciao.